What's up, guys, to the Saturday night broadcast. I'm your speaking host, XD Clout Boy, or as my YouTube fans know me, Uranium Emerald Boy, and here I have Beastly Gamer 22, or 21, whatever you want to call him by. Say hello.
What's up, guys? This is going to be a chill podcast, but we're not trying to do any streaming in this podcast.
I didn't have any background gameplay, so the only background gameplay you guys are gonna get for this podcast is just a bullshit Minecraft. But a lot of people love Minecraft, right? So, let's just fucking deal with it. Anyway, welcome to the stream. This stream, you can just chill. I'm not gonna do any screaming. It's just gonna be chill. Bruh.
Well, I died, guys. That's my bad. Okay. But Vincent, how was your weekend?
It was pretty good. I went on a walk, was a healthy human for the day, and yeah, it was decent. I mean, like, how was your weekend?
My weekend was good. Me and XD Clout Boy or Uranium Emerald, whatever you want to call him. We were having a good time. He was staying the night at my house for 2 days.
I mean, I could still stay the night. I just decided not to because I wanted to leave for a little bit because I was actually pretty much living at his house. I was not even joking. I was over at his house for 2 weeks straight with like a day in between each stay. Like, that was it. So I decided to finally come home and not be living at someone else's house because that's just not right, man. It's just not right. Because living at someone else's house means that means for them it's an extra person to feed, extra like clothes to wash. So, except they didn't wash any of my clothes other than that Under Armour shirt that I left at your house, which I left there for a considerable amount of time.
Yeah, our weekend was pretty good. What did we do?
Like, we fucking, what is it? We never actually walked down to Winco, did we?
I did.
Well, you did, but that was because you had a shopping list and, like, had stuff to actually grab. But normally when we go down to Winco, it's for some, like, stupid bullshit reason. Like, we get Arizonas or some shit. Also, by the way, guys, these podcasts are new to us, so until we find a complete, like, zone where we can podcast, it's gonna be kind of random. Sometimes it will be gameplay, and sometimes it will be in a bedroom with our actual faces. So, yeah. We don't know. The podcast can be pretty weird sometimes, right? Or is that just us? I mean, I don't know.
I think it's just us.
I feel like the bedroom setting would be a lot better, honestly, because I don't know. because then it feels more like we're talking to the actual viewer rather than sitting behind a game and just and then they can see our live actions anyway. Like I could be making some weird ass hand gesture right now and you guys wouldn't even know, but if we do it live in a bedroom, there is no weird hand gestures that you guys can't see unless you don't watch the video, in which case then you can't see it. But other than that, yeah.
So do you have any plans?
Other than probably coming over and spending another whole week at your house, no. Literally, your house is my life. I have no other life. Like, when I'm at home, I'm freaking miserable. Like...
I just team killed by accident. Oh, okay. Oh yeah, I'm just probably going to like chill for the weekend. You already know. I stay up till 3 o'clock anyways every day. So
until I come over, and then I come over, and he goes to bed at 10 and makes me be bored out of my fucking mind. That doesn't hurt my feelings at all.
Yeah. So, what's your favorite kind of cars?
What's my what?
Your favorite type of cars?
All my favorite type of cars. I like SUVs because they're nice, but they're not too low to the ground. Like, I hate cars that are low to the ground, like Lamborghinis. Not saying Lamborghinis don't look nice, they're just way too low to the ground in my opinion. Like, trying to get out of one of those things, you're like, oh my god, it's stupid.
Yeah, I get you.
Like, no offense against anybody that owns a Lambo. Oh, frick, my microphone fell. Dang it. I'm trying not to be loud because it's supposed to be chill, but you know me, I'm gotta be loud all the time. So it's physically impossible for me to not be loud.
Yeah. Bro, yours are $3 shit. Oh, that's... Yeah, today was pretty, just weekend and stuff was pretty fun. I just really want to go to the mall, you know, because there's these VR places there, and they're super fun.
Oh yeah, he went there and he got scared out of his mind. Well, he didn't get scared out of his mind. What he did is, so they had this one room where there was, didn't you say there was like this Ouija board or some shit? And it was floating in the middle of the room. And he just he didn't even want to take that. He's like, yeah, nope. And he just turned around and he tried to walk out the room. Like, it's... I'm sorry, I'm gonna bully you for that.
Bro, it was scary, especially the end. Because, the ending, it was, scary because, what is it? There was this, little girl, and she just popped out of nowhere, and she was just sitting there, and I was just going closer and closer to her, and then she, jumped in, and like my hand was like super weird.
We didn't plan out this podcast, did we? We should like have a script or something, because honestly, just saying, guys, since it's our first podcast, we don't know what we're doing, so it's a couple times it's actually gonna go quiet for a minute while we think of things to talk about, because normally we're introverts that don't talk about anything to anybody.
Yeah, I'm gonna get used to this whole entire public thing.
I'm just giving everybody a tour of my plane whilst upgrading it a little bit, little tweaks here and there to make it slightly better for absolutely nobody, because nobody plays in my Minecraft worlds.
I swear, when people watch this, they're going to be like, your gameplay is so trash.
That's because I don't have Rainbow or anything to play as a background, and so people need to understand that
There's some broke people in here.
yeah, like he only got Rainbow because of his brother buying it on his birthday, which he conveniently had just recently, and I don't get my birthday till a couple months later.
Bro, my controller fell. Wait, wow, it's so weird.
Right you are. I'm just kidding. Bro, like, we just need to do the podcast together in one stream instead of multiple streams, because honestly, I'll probably end up deleting my stream after it gets absolutely 0 views. And, yeah. But here's the thing, right? It's like, what is it? If we do it in one stream and have it be your stream, then we could just have Rainbow Six Siege in the back, and if I was over at your house or something when we did the podcast, it'd be a lot easier that way.
I would say let's do it at your house. I have a headset, not a camera.
Yeah, but I don't remember at my house we couldn't do Rainbow Six Siege in the background.
Yeah, but it's not that. I mean, yeah, it is a good of a game, but
yeah, but like, what would he do in the background at my house? Would it just be like, what is it? Would it just be like, frick, what is it? Would it be, us recording our gameplay or us recording ourselves? That's the question. Because if we're gonna do a gameplay one, it needs to be at your house. If it's gonna be us recording ourselves, that's a different story. It can be at my house then, but
feels bad. I died. Yeah. I agree. But I don't have a PlayStation camera. That's the thing.
we don't need a PlayStation camera to do a podcast. If we're gonna do a podcast of our faces, it could just be one of our phones. If we're gonna do a podcast of gameplay, then we just need to be able to stream.
Yeah. Okay, what is there to talk about though?
I don't know. I don't know. Search something up.
Oh, my phone's dead.
Well, shit. Charge your phone. Goddamn.
I don't charge my phone until 3 o'clock in the morning.
Bro, we before we do podcasts, we need to plan guests. Like, freaking someone to be a guest, kind of like Swagger Souls and shit podcast and whatever. It's not really Swagger Souls, is it?
Yeah, I could invite someone.
I mean, you'd have to let them know that they're being that they're a guest on a podcast, and we're probably gonna ask them stupid ass questions, and they're gonna have to answer stupid as fuck. But yeah, I mean, as long as it's someone chill that doesn't ear rape everybody. So it obviously can't be Chris.
You still in a party?
I know, it's so weird.
So Vincent, what's your favorite memory when you were younger?
Bro, my favorite memory, probably the time I pissed on the rug after a shower.
You pissed on the rug after a shower?
Okay, so I was like 5, right? And I just gotten out the shower, and usually my mom would have me come over and she'd help me get dressed, cause as a 5-year-old I didn't know how to get myself dressed, or maybe I was younger, but I had to go to the bathroom, and I just walked over to the corner of the rug. I just started peeing. No hesitation at all. No, there was no second thought to that one.
Did anyone was right there seeing you, or was it just like you just right there peeing?
My mom, she yelled at me. She was like, "Stop, stop!" And I stopped, but it was like dog piss. There was like droplets everywhere. It was disgusting. And I just went back to my room and played with my Thomas the Tank Engine toys, because I still played with those. Yeah, I was a little shit.
Makes sense.
What was your favorite memory?
My favorite memory. So, this one time, right? I was riding my bike without training. I was riding around in my back when I was in California, when I was younger. So when I was doing that, I crashed into a fence. Yeah.
Bruh. I like how that's just like your favorite childhood memory. Oh yeah, one time I crashed into a fence.
Bro. I mean, it's better than nothing, am I right?
It's better. I mean, yeah, it's better than nothing. True that. You're not. We only tell the truth on this podcast.
It feels bad. I just got scenes, so everyone was like around me, right? And everyone just like, oh, that's it. Oh, I love this game. Yeah, that's my favorite memory.
What was your worst memory as a child?
Oh, my worst memory. Okay, I don't really remember this too well. So it was back when like I still lived in like the hood part in California a little, right? So, and I was walking down like to get ice cream, I'm pretty sure, by myself, and there was gang members, and I was wearing red, I'm pretty sure. And, yeah. My brother saved me.
Mine is not quite as scary as that, but to me, a little tiny me, it was fucking terrifying. So I was sitting in my old duplex watching TV with my mom and talking with her, and I heard what sounded like gunshots at the window. So it like, you're probably thinking, oh, it's not gunshots, obviously, because the window wasn't breaking. But I didn't think the logic, oh yeah, if there was gunshots at the window, it would be breaking. I was thinking, gunshot, make that noise, it's gunshot, oh shit, I'm about to die. So I was freaking the fuck out. Apparently, some kids came by and started egging our windows, and it scared the shit out of me. And so we ended up, finally this guy caught the two, and they tried to deny it, even though they fit the exact description, and they were holding an egg carton.
They're trying to get away with it when they're holding an egg carton. It wasn't us, I swear.
It wasn't us.
I'm bringing eggs home.
I'm bringing eggs home to me mom.
That's a lot.
So it ended up turning out kind of funny, but it was terrifying in the moment. Yeah.
Funny.
Oh my god. What's another question?
So, what's the favorite place you've ever been to?
Mall of America, bro. Okay, so my mom wanted me to take me on a flight for the first time because I'd never been, and I wanted to go on a plane really, really badly. So my mom was like, alright, we'll go on a flight to Mall of America, and she showed me all these places, and it was so crazy. And so we got on a plane, right? And we flew. It was like a 1-hour flight to Denver, where we had a layover. We then flew from Denver to Minneapolis, where the Mall of America is. And bro, it was so fun. They had like a Nickelodeon theme park inside the mall. They had some really good, fun stuff in there. They had a VR place. They had a mirror maze. So it's sad how much of a fat ass I am, but my favorite part of it all was I got to try Shake Shack for the first time, which it's like a burger place, and it's so good. And I asked my mom, could you Google where the nearest one to Spokane is? It's in California.
Yeah, I went there.
I'm so mad. Because it's so good, but I can't get it without going to fucking California. Oh, it's so good. And I want to go back sometime, but we don't have the money to do it right now. It was just like we had the money. My mom wanted me to go on a flight for the first time, and so we went. We went.
Yeah.
What's your favorite place?
The favorite place I went to, like when I was super young. So my aunt took me to Disney.
Disneyland?
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I thought. I was confused because I didn't hear you. Okay, Disneyland. Okay, I'm stupid. Sorry. That's why there was silence for a sec. I was thinking of what he said. I thought you were gonna say more. Cause I didn't hear you say Disneyland, so I thought you just cut your sentence off midway, like you fucking saw something like squirrel, like.
Yeah, you went to Disneyland.
You went to Disneyland. Do you want to elaborate on that, like I did, or is it just Disneyland?
It was just Disneyland. I saw the fireworks.
I'm your Mickey Mouse. Mickey Mouse is a mouse. He's fat.
I expected Mickey Mouse to be smaller.
You know, like a fucking mouse. But no, he's just a giant rat.
I was drinking water.
He should be called Mickey Rat.
I spit it.
You spit it out your water.
English.
English, son, English. Bruh. Okay, wait, I can't think of a question. Fucking. What was the time where you were the most scared in your life? Not the worst time in your life, but the time where you were the most scared, like it was the scariest time in your life.
The scariest thing in my life.
And you can't use the gang member story again.
I really don't know. Because I really don't know that much memories.
That's sad. You don't even know your own childhood memories.
Bro, I'm not lying either.
That's sad. Let's see. I just broke it. Well, you think, and I'll tell my story. Okay, so my second, like, half cousin, whatever you want to call her, Heather, took me to Silverwood for the first time ever, just so I could try it out, and it was pretty fun. We got to try a couple food places there, but I was pretty young, and she wanted to take me on Timber Terror. For those of you who've never been to Silverwood, Timber Terror is it's not old, but it's kind of old. It's a kind of old roller coaster made of wood. It's got a lot of ups and downs. Not very high, but a lot of them. And for those of you who go on roller coasters, you'll know the sensation, the feeling that you get when you go over a hill on a roller coaster. You get like that weird feeling in your stomach. I didn't know what the fuck that was. It scared the shit out of me. I didn't scream. I didn't do anything. I just froze with my eyes open wide as shit. Okay, let me elaborate. So, so my cousin Heather was like, alright, you wanna go on that roller coaster? I'm like, sure. So we hopped in the line, and eventually we reached the front of the line. We went up, and we sat down, not in the very back, but not in the very front. I was kind of in the center. Like 4 cars in, probably. And, so I remember the roller coaster going up the hill, and it's weird because it's not a steep hill, but I kept on feeling like it's just gonna like fall back. I would reach the hill and she's like, put your hands in the air, because that's what you do when you're going down a hill on roller coasters. So I did that, and we go over the hill, and I'm just like, I just fucking get paralyzed. I'm just like, I don't even know. I just get that sensation, and I'm like, oh shit, I'm about to die. I would go down the first hill, and I drop my hands, because it's like I got paralyzed while I was on the ride. It was so weird. And I fucking just, like, how do I explain it? She told me, put your hands up in the air. And so I kind of did, and then I dropped them again when she wasn't looking, and she's like, are you okay? And I just nodded. I'm like, oh, yeah. And then we kept on going over a bunch of hills, and every time I got that sensation, I'm like, oh. And I got off the ride, and I just sat down, and I'm like, I'm not going on anymore ride. It's so stupid. I could probably go on that ride again if I ever went back to Silverwood. I don't know. I don't fucking know. It's so stupid. It's so
okay, I got mine.
Alright, bet.
My scariest thing that I ever done. Right? It was a roller coaster as well, right? It was like my first ever roller coaster. Like, not a small one, but like a big one.
Yeah, that's exactly what Timber Terror was for me. It was my first big roller coaster. Oh, and also, bonus addition to the story, she took me on Tremors as well, and I had the exact same reaction, except this time I closed my eyes, and it was a little bit less bad, but it's still fucking horrible.
Okay. So you already know, you know. I'm pumping up, you know. I'm like, yeah, this is gonna be dope. It was not. I got super scared.
Wait, which roller coaster was it? Like, what theme park?
I don't remember it because I was like super young. So yeah.
You don't remember the theme park or the roller coaster name?
Nope.
Oof.
I know, feels bad.
That sucks. Huh. What was your first time experience drinking water? Just kidding.
My first time ever experienced drinking water.
I don't remember it because I was a child. I don't know any questions. We should have prepared more, but I just wanted to do a podcast.
I keep back this guy. Oh, this is so funny. I'm so toxic, but I just love it. Oh. This is super funny. So, what was your first time ever stealing? Like, you know how when you're a kid, like, you steal gum and stuff?
Oh, yeah. Could it be an accidental steal?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So the first time I ever... Okay, let me think. Okay, I got two stories for this one because I don't know which one I was younger while doing. So, I'll tell you the first story. So, we went into Hastings, the old store that got shut down that used to be over, I don't fucking know where. Well, we went to Hastings, and I saw this... You seen it. It was the round SpongeBob toy. He looks like SpongeBob, but he's in the shape of a ball. He's in the shape of a ball. And I saw it, and I'm like, Mom, will you get this? And she's like, I don't know. Let me think about it. And she just told me to hold on to it. I held on to it. My mom went up to the counter to pay for what she was buying. I forgot that I had it in my hand. She forgot I had it in my hand. And I had it under the counter, especially since I wasn't even tall enough to see what was up on the counter. I was that freaking short. And we walked out. And back then there was no security tags on shit, so there was no alarm. Just walked out. And I still have that SpongeBob toy to this day. I still have it. It's probably like $5. It wasn't that much, but still. Okay, second story. I think I was younger for this one, so I probably should have shared this one. But I was, I don't know how young I was. I don't know why I tried to name an age. But I was in Costco, and my favorite candy bar was Kit Kats. And I saw Kit Kats on the shelf, and since I was a tiny little boy, I was able to fit under the shopping cart. And so I was riding under there while my grandma pushed me around with my mom, while they looked around while shopping. And I saw Kit Kat while we were in the checkout line, and I'm like, hey Mom, can I get this? And she said no. And so I'm like, Grandma, can I get this? And she's like, your mom said no. And so I thought I was so freaking smart and cheeky. I just swiped that shit. I swipe it off the shelf like fucking nothing. And my mom doesn't see, nobody sees, and I get pushed out on the shopping cart, and I'm about to open it. My mom hears me messing around with the wrapper, or maybe, I can't remember, I might have asked her to help me open it because I didn't know how to open it. And so the thing I just stole, I asked my mom to open. And she's like, oh shit, he has a Kit Kat. And she grabbed it from me and she walked back into the store to put it back. And I started crying. I bawled my eyes out, bro. Because I'm like, God damn. My Kit Kat eyes didn't work. God damn. It still makes me laugh to this day. It's not as funny for other people, but to me it's just fucking hilarious because I can still imagine it vividly in my mind, and it's so much funnier if you were in person and you were able to see it in the flesh for yourself. What was your first time stealing?
I don't remember my first time stealing, but I would tell you my recent one. So, my recent time stealing, so me and my friend Gerarda, we were going to the store. I don't know if it was you, or Gerarda.
I don't think it was me, because I wouldn't let you steal.
No.
Because I'm too much of a pussy now.
It was an accident, right? So, I'm just there, I'm like, I'm going to check out this gum later. Since we didn't have a cart, I put it in my pocket.
Oh, no! I was with you! I remember that! Oh my god!
Yeah. So we checked everything out, and I forgot I had the gum in my pocket.
And we were like, should we put it back? And we're like, we don't want them to think that we tried to steal and then had second thoughts, so yeah. It was probably like, what, 32 cents? Well, not 32 cents, but like $1. It wasn't that much. The store's not losing any extreme profit. It's not like we took a fucking TV. We were fine.
It's not like Costco.
What was your worst injury that you can remember?
I don't even know, to be honest.
Well, that you can remember. Like, just try and remember what you find to possibly be the worst injury you've ever had.
So, it's like kind of stuff in my toe, but not really because it hurt way much more and I started bleeding. Right? So, it was like super late at night. Right? And, you know, I was sitting on my couch watching movies, you know, and I'm like, I'm going to get up and go to my bed. So I get up, I hit my toe on this wooden block part that is solid. I hit it, my toe bent back all the way, and I just started bleeding. It was like the worst injury I could have.
That sounds so painful. Ow! Okay, this story, brace yourselves, it's gonna be a long one, because I have 3 stories that I'm gonna cut down really short. But it's gonna end up being basically one long story. Anyway, so the first time these all tie for the worst injury I ever had. Let's start off with the one that had no blood in it. So I was playing my iPad, and this was when we first moved into my new house, and I had a bedroom in the living room, and I was playing on my mattress that was on the floor. I was playing my iPad, and I was laying on it, just flat on my back, with my iPad on my stomach, facing me. And I went to go pause a video or something, and I let go with one hand, and my other hand, like, gave out. And, my iPad fell onto my nose, and I heard a crack. And a whole bunch of pain. Nobody's even listening to my stories.
Oh no,
Okay, but fucking, my iPad fell onto my nose, and I heard a crack. And I don't know if it broke or something, but I'm pretty sure my nose broke, or at least something happened, like a hairline fracture, cause it hurt like a bitch. And, now let's get into the bloody ones. I cut my toe on a laundry basket. It wasn't even a regular ass cut. I skinned my toe on a laundry basket. So I had this plastic white laundry basket, and it wasn't a flimsy plastic. It was hard plastic. Like, it was strong. Like, that thing wouldn't rip, it would crack. It would, like, that thing was strong. So, I used to like to play inside the laundry basket and hide inside them like I was a cheeky little bitch. and try and hide from my mom. And so I was playing inside it, and I was standing in it. I'm like, hey mom, look at me, and I started rocking back and forth. I fell flat on my fucking face. And I felt a bunch of pain in my toe. And I look at my toe, and my skin's missing. Like, the bottom of my toe has no skin. We look all over the laundry basket to make sure there's no blood on it. You wanna know what we find? Okay, there was a strip of skin hanging onto the laundry basket. It's like, oh my god. Imagining it again. I'm like, oh my god. Okay, I'm just gonna finish off with that story there. I don't even want to tell the other story now. Oh my god. It's so bad. There was a strip of skin. Like...
Okay. So this is like from a long time ago. So, you know, a little kid me, I was climbing up on a tree, you know, and one of the tree branches was like loose and stuff, and like it snapped and went into my own foot. I had to get stitches, but the funny thing was I was laughing when I was getting the stitches.
Like, I just got injured. What's one of the worst times you remember getting stung by a bee?
I haven't gotten stung by a bee in like forever.
What's the time that you remember getting stung by a bee? Or do you not remember ever getting stung by a bee?
I don't remember ever getting stung by a bee.
Alright, well, strap in, because I'm about to tell you a lovely story. Okay, so I was like 5, and I was playing I was playing inside, and it was a really nice summer day, and so my mom's like, do you want me to bring out the kiddie pool? Bring it out front, fill it up with some water? I'm like, sure. Now, to have this story make sense, I have to tell you what happened the night before. The night before, my mom asked me to bring in the recycling bin, and I told her yes, so I brought in the recycling bin and went inside. I went to sleep. That's gonna be convenient for the story later. So, I brought in the recycling bin, went to bed. The next morning it was really nice out, so mom was like, do you want me to fill up the kiddie pool? And you can play in it outside in the water. And I'm like, sure. So she went outside and she started filling up, and she's like, alright, it's ready. And so I walk outside. Don't even make it out into the yard before I just feel this throbbing pain down by my dick. And I run inside screaming, and my mom was like, what happened? And I'm like, I got stung by a bee. And it's like, it stung me right above the dick.
So like where your pubes are at?
It missed my dick by 2 inches. And here's why that's so funny. Because it didn't land on me and sting me. It flew in and whacked me with its stinger and then fell to the ground. It just went like this. Whop, and it was done. It was done like that. I didn't even see it until later when I saw it dead be on the ground exactly where I got stung. And it had no stinger. And it was perfectly intact.
That's when it starts screaming for help.
It just like... And you want to know the worst thing about it?
What?
It was all because I brought in the fucking recycling bin. Because my mom went to go put something in the recycling bin later and found a bee's nest in the recycling bin.
Feels bad.
And apparently I disturbed that nest, but they decided to wait till I was about to go swimming to ruin my fun. And my mom's like, and later when I finally calmed down from the sting, she's like, do you want to go back outside and go swimming? I'm like, fuck no.
But you didn't say that word.
Well, I didn't say the F word, but like in my mind, I'm like, crazy. Like, do you think I'm gonna go back outside with those monsters? And everybody says that they're just more. Everybody uses the saying, "Oh, they're more afraid of you than you're afraid of it." No, this thing wasn't afraid. It pulled up on me like a gang shooter. It didn't care. It wasn't scared of me for shit. It made me square up. It's like John Cena in a wrestling match against a newborn that was just born 5 minutes ago. Like, you know who's gonna win in that situation? John Cena. And I was the newborn. But in a sense, it's also like the baby was made of acid, so it ended up killing John Cena after John Cena killed it.
Yeah.
Because that's exactly what happened to the bee. I got stung and screamed in pain, thought I was dying, and the bee died. So, karma.
Karma for the bee.
I'm gonna hop off, or at least end the podcast. This has been Saturday Night Podcast, and we'll probably do another podcast another time. See all of you.